Good afternoon to all the BPC students of first year. Here is a great news for you that you can get access with the complete IPE material of BPC first year if you just tap on the links through any of this social media. One is with our Telegram channel. You can join with us with the Telegram channel of NEET World 25, where you will get the complete PDF of the IPE material of all the 4 subjects: botany, zoology, physics and chemistry, which are designed by the experts of NEET World. And then from Instagram channel also you can get the access of the complete soft copy beta. The channel is NEET World 25, and in Play Store if you go and if you just download the app MedWorld, okay, in the MedWorld app also you will get the IPE PDF, and from YouTube channel description box also you will be getting from the YouTube channel, that is NEET World 2025. These are all the platforms of social media from where you can access the complete IPE material for free, okay. And the support not just ends for IPE, the support extends for MSET and NEET examination as well. In our Telegram channel, mostly asked questions, be it NEET previous year questions or the replica questions which are generated from NEET and EAP set, will be published each day, and the shorts which are highly creative, which will help you to tackle both for NEET, MSET and IPE examinations, will be released in NEET World and Instagram channel as well. NEET World YouTube and Insta as well. And in MedWorld app you will get mostly repeated questions based on counselings, based on examination, based on tenure, everything you will get, each and every update in the app. So what are you waiting for? Just tap on the links and get the soft copies of the study materials for free, okay. You must follow us on the Telegram and Instagram, and you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, download the MedWorld app and say hi in the chat box, and then you will get the materials for completely free of cost beta. And now we will get into the short answer type of questions. So far we have completed the long answer type of questions from first year, okay. So now we will be looking into the short answer type of questions. For long answer type of questions, we have covered 3 chapters, right. One is morphology, second is anatomy, and third is sexual reproduction of flowering plants and reproduction in organisms. Now for short answers, we have to exercise all the chapters, but just have an additional focus on few set of questions which are sequentially or frequently repeated in the previous exam papers. So the first chapter, if you see beta, that is the living world. Here the first question is binomial nomenclature. Explain binomial nomenclature. This question on binomial nomenclature is being asked in June 2023, August 2022 and May 2022, October 2021, May 2017. These are the years in which the question about binomial nomenclature is being asked. So how you have to describe this question? For every 4 marker question, if you give 8 accurate points in a sequential manner, in a systematic manner, if you give accurate answer in 8 points, that is more than enough beta. First you explain what is binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature is system of providing scientific name to the organism which has 2 words in it. One is generic name and the second is specific epithet. This is the major point. And who introduced it, you have to mention. Gaspard Bowen is the scientist who introduced it, and who popularized it. It was popularized by Carolus Linnaeus, and the names are in what? Latin or in the Latinized form. First word is what? Genus, which is in the capital form. Second word is what? Species. Species will be in the small letters. So first letter starts with capital and then everything will be small, okay. And specific epithet also starts with small letter, and it is printed in italics. If it is handwritten, it should be underlined separately, okay. It is printed in italics, and if it is handwritten, it should be underlined separately. Author's name is added in abbreviated form, like if you see Mangifera indica Lenin, okay. This author's name should be written in the abbreviated form at the end of the scientific name. Clear, right? So here mango, Mangifera indica, in that Mangifera is what? genus name, indica is species name, and this goes on. Binomial nomenclature, main rule in the binomial nomenclature is principles of priority. What is principles of priority? The earliest validity published name of the species is accepted as its correct scientific name. For example, what is principles of priority? I will put it in simple terms. For example, 10 scientists have given 10 different names for a single plant. Okay, let us suppose that. Whoever has published it first, the very first name which is published will be accepted. That is prioritized. Okay, that is known as principle of priority. And this avoids confusion caused by multiple names. Next is the concept of tautonyms. When genes and species names are identical, that are referred to as what? Tautonyms. For example, bison, bison, nasa, nasa, okay, which is given for cobra. Allowed in zoological nomenclature but not permitted in botanical nomenclature. These tautonyms are allowed in zoological nomenclature but they are not permitted in botanical nomenclature. So, here when binomial nomenclature question, which is of course many a times asked question, when this question is asked, how you have to present it, ma? You have to define it, who introduced, who popularized, and few accurate points on the rules of binomial nomenclature, whose main rule is what? Principles of priority, and it will be impressive if you are also giving the information about tautonyms. Clear, right? And then if you see what is meant by identification and nomenclature, how is a key helpful in identification and classification of the organism. So, here if you see how is a key helpful in identification and classification of an organism. First, identification. This is a process of determining whether a collected organism is new or already it is known. Okay. This is a process whether a collected organism is new or already known. Okay. That is the first step, identification. What we will do it in plants? In plants, identification is done by what? By comparing with authentic herbarium specimens which are already there. Any new plant or any fresh plant is provided, that will be compared with authentic herbarium specimens, and by using keys in the floras. This is the indirect method. The direct method is we will be comparing it with the authentic herbarium specimens. Clear, Vita? And then you see nomenclature. How you will name? First identification and then nomenclature. Assigning universal scientific name. Okay. Usually what just now we have learned, usually what type of name is being assigned? Binomial nomenclature to the identical organisms. Whichever organism is identified, to that organism the universal scientific name is provided. This will ensure uniformity and this will avoid confusions due to local names. Okay. Next is what? Keys. Key as taxonomic aid. What is a key as a taxonomic aid? A key is used for systematic identification of plants and animals. Yes, of course. A key is based on contrasting characters. Okay. Like any two statements which are contrasting to each other will be provided. Each statement in the key is called as lead and two contrasting statements together is addressed as couplet. Okay. So, here key is a taxonomic aid. It has two statements. Each statement in it is addressed as what? Lead. Okay. And two statements together is known as what? Couplet. Fine, right? So, based on the contrasting characters which are arranged in pairs, these are called as what? Couplets. Each choice leads to what? Acceptance of one option and rejection of the other. Fine, right? Next, leads and classification. Leads and classification. Each statement of key is called as what? Lead. Just now we have discussed. Separate keys are required for different taxonomic categories. Okay. And then this helps in stepwise classification and easy identification of organisms. Okay. This will help in stepwise classification and easy identification of organism. Clear, right, ma? So, here if you see, the question is clearly on the identification and nomenclature. Firstly, you have to recall what are the components of taxonomy. Components of taxonomy are four. First is identification, second is characterization, third will be classification, and fourth is nomenclature. Of these 4 components, in our question he asked only about identification and nomenclature. So, identification you have to give the, or you have to add on the keynote points, and on nomenclature as well you have to add on the keynote points. Next, key as taxonomical aid. A key is used for systematic identification of plants and animals based on contrasting characters arranged in pairs called as what? Couplets. Each choice leads to acceptance of one option and rejection of the other. So, here you see, just now we have learned about lead and classification, leads and classification. So, this is how in this question you will be defining in systematic pattern about classification and nomenclature, okay? Identification and nomenclature. Just 2 components you will be explaining better from taxonomy. And next question you look into, this is about taxonomic aids, okay? Third question is on what ma? Taxonomic aids. So, what are taxonomic aids? Give the importance of herbaria and museums, okay? What are taxonomic aids, and give the importance of herbaria and museums. Here this is provided in June 2019. Look into it. Taxonomic aids, these are the tools and techniques used by biologists to collect, preserve, study specimens for identification and classification, yes or no? And taxonomic aids include what? Examples include, first major is herbarium, then museums, zoological parks and botanical gardens, okay? Here we go. Don't give the elaborate explanation on each taxonomic aid, just give 2 to 3 accurate points on each taxonomic aid, that will be enough for you. So, here you see ma herbarium. This is a storehouse of dried, pressed and preserved plant specimens mounted on sheets. These sheets are arranged as per universally accepted classification. Each sheet will carry a label with details like date, place of collection, local and botanical names and family, and collector's name. So, each sheet will have these data. You mark this point, highlight this point and remember, like what data is included in the herbarium sheet is asked in your NEET exam previously. Now, taxonomic aid is deleted, that is another issue. But in MSET also many a times the question is asked on what is the data that is included in the herbarium sheet, what are the labels that are present in the herbarium sheet is many a times asked question. And then this serves as quick reference system in taxonomic studies, okay? This serves as what? Quick reference system in taxonomic studies. So, herbarium here, this is storehouse of what? All the dried and pressed preserved plant specimens. This is universally accepted classification. Each sheet will carry all these details and this will serve as quick reference system in taxonomic studies. Next is museum. Okay. Museum is found in schools, colleges and research institutes. Here these are what? Houses which are preserved plant and animal specimens for study and reference. These specimens are preserved in containers and jars with preservatives and dry specimens. This will provide material for research and education in taxonomy. Okay. So, these are the major points for museum. Fine, right now. So, what all we have defined in this question, like from taxonomic aids, the importance of herbaria and museum are asked. So, accurately we have given 3 to 4 points with the examples. Okay. So, examiner will be looking mainly for this point, like what are the labels that are included in a herbarium sheet. Please highlight this point and mention. Okay. So, this is about herbarium and museum. And then next, define a taxon. Okay, define a taxon. This is the last short answer type of question that we are looking from a living world. Look into this beta. Define a taxon. Define a taxon, give some examples of taxa at different hierarchical levels. At different hierarchical levels means you have to include those 7 obligate categories or ranks. Any unit or category in the taxonomic hierarchy also you can write, or taxonomic system irrespective of rank is called as taxon. Okay. Any group or any unit or category in the complete taxonomic hierarchy despite of their rank is known as what ma? Taxon. And examples, if you see, examples include species, genus, family, order, class, division, kingdom, from basic taxonomic unit to the advanced taxonomic unit. So, here you see ma, from species to kingdom. First, we will take the example of dicotyledonous class Mangifera indica. We know Mangifera indica, these are genus and specific epithet. Sorry, this is in capital, just turn it into the small I. So, Mangifera indica belongs to which family? Anacardiaceae family. Belongs to which order? Sapindales. Which class? Dicotyledonate. Which division? Spermatophyta. Which kingdom? Plantae. Done. Next, Triticum vulgare. Okay, these are monocots. Under which family? Poaceae. Under the order? Poales. Under the class? Monocotyledonate. Under the division? Spermatophyta. Under the kingdom? Plantae. Clear, right? So, this is the sequence of the table. Okay. So, this is how we need to mention it. Fine, right? Just 2 examples of 2 different classes is enough. Okay. So, with this, the short answer type of questions from living world are done. What are the concepts we have exercised here, beta, from living world? First is about binomial nomenclature, very important. After binomial nomenclature, we have gone through the identification and nomenclature, just 2 components of taxonomy. And third is about taxonomic aids, includes herbarium and museum, and fourth is about taxon. Okay, that is by giving out 2 examples also, 2 tables and representing all the taxonomic hierarchy, entire taxonomic hierarchy. So, with this, the short answer type of questions from the living world is done now. Now, we have to go with biological classification. Biological classification we will be looking in the next class. So, for today, the living world chapter is done. Once again, I would like to repeat like how you can get the access of the complete PDF and then end the class. Okay, you can get the complete IPE material just by accessing the NEET World social media platforms. Okay, and the support is extended not just for your IPE exams, the support is extended for your MSET and NEET as well, and this is for completely free of cost. Okay, so every student out there in this public platform, please use this. And how you can get this ma? First you have to follow our Telegram and Instagram, and then you have to download the MedWorld app, okay, and just say hi in the chat box of the MedWorld app. You can get the complete PDF of our IPE book. Okay, so that's it. This is a simple process you have to follow. What is the use if you get into our Telegram channel and Instagram? The major use is daily in the Telegram channel you will get the very unique replicate questions on your previous year NEET exam and your previous year MSET exams. Okay, and then in the Instagram you will get all the reels and shorts which will be very creative in the explanation of the major concepts focusing your NEET and EAP set. As such it will be useful. Okay, it will be useful for your preparation. So, this is how you can get through the IPE book for free of cost, beta. Just go through it. Okay, make use of this golden opportunity. Okay, so that's all for today's session, and thank you.